Leo.
Hello Leo, this is your forecast for July 2015, and the month is starting off fabulously here with Venus and Jupiter doing the dance. They're conjuncting in your first house. Now the first house is personality. That is you coming out. Having Venus in the first house is always when we feel most radiant, whether we're male or female. It just comes across with that Venusian energy, and of course the first house is what you give out to everybody out there. So having Jupiter coming close in here on the first, well, that's a kiss from heaven. I feel this is a day where there could be a lot of success around you, or where you're initiating a totally new cycle, which is beautiful, and love and romance can really excel here under this aspect. Some of you might get engaged, some of you might get married, but Venus also above and beyond just the romantic side is also about money and security. So this could be a day where a deal could come together, and in that case it would be a good deal, a solid deal, because Jupiter never does anything itty-bitty, right? It's always very abundant. So not only that, but we do have also on the first here the Sun and Neptune trining. The Sun is you. Neptune is your hopes, your dreams, your visions. Neptune for you being in the 8th house also is for you looking at how you can stimulate interaction with resources, perhaps grants, or maybe if you're looking for mortgage or any kind of financial backing. This would be a day that you could actually come to hear good news about it. And it might be that things have been working behind the veil for you, Leo, because your Sun is in that 12th house, so it's not really up and out there, should I say. It's more you right now with the Sun, Mars, and the new moon in that 12th house. You're focusing more on those things that are important to you spiritually. It's more you also working behind the scenes, pulling your energy back a little bit, also because you need it, because you've been extremely busy, having had Mars go through your 11th house of social activities and out and about, communicating with groups and organizations. Right now Mars wants to take a little bit of a hiatus, and I think that is good, especially because the new moon being in this area of the 12th here this month, that's when we put down our intentions. This will be on the 15th. The new moon will be present, and your intentions should all be about promising yourself to step back every once in a while, so you don't go running off a whole year before you get back to this area. So promise yourself that every month you will take a little kind of time off for yourself. This is where you find your creativity. This is the area where, when you listen the best to spirit, where you're totally connected to source, right? That's why it's so important, because if we're too busy out there interacting, communicating, we're not really listening. And it's in the listening that we grow and find inspiration. So great time for you as Mars is transiting through this area to navigate this specific here for you. So on the 2nd we got Mercury and Uranus connecting here in a sextile. Mercury is your thought processing, the way you think, and Uranus is always that full of what I call the wow factor, the unexpected. And so today you can really come to feel that you're coming into this pipeline of the unexpected, bringing down some genius thought, having an epiphany perhaps. And all these days throughout this first week of July, it's like back to back with oh my gods. Because Mercury being the harbinger of news, right? First it's touching Uranus on the 2nd. On the 4th, Mercury is going to be sextiling Jupiter. More good news coming in, and it's all still in this area of feeling so excited from Uranus. And then Mercury is going to come in on the 5th, also with a sextile to Venus, which is love and romance, but also money. So you can see from the 1st straight through the 5th, it's boom, 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 boom. And all of it should be very, very good news. And of course, this also is, you know, should I say, general reading that goes on for all of us. It depends, of course, where they're going to be triggering your personal planets in your birth chart. But the transits are magnificent. On the 6th, you're going to have to make some kind of decision, and I feel that for you, it's very timely that that's coming up. It's the Sun opposing Pluto. Now, the Sun in your 12th, Pluto in that 6th house, it could be a health-related matter, maybe something you want to check up, look into, or it could also just be making a decision to look at how you can support, strengthen your body. Maybe signing up for the gym would be a good way as well. And also, Pluto also rejuvenates, and so having the Sun opposing it, you might be looking at how you can rejuvenate your life by looking into your day-to-day routines, which the 6th house represents. Maybe you're going to, since the Sun is in that 12th house, enjoying itself by stepping back, you will come to realize that, yes, a few things can be eliminated from your daily schedules that can free up more time, and then that becomes a blessing for you as well. On the 8th, Mars, which is your drive, your ambitions, the goals that you are working towards, beautifully blessed here with Neptune in a radiant trine. Mars in that 12th house, so that's your subconsciousness, and it's that secret inner self that's wanting to aim for Neptune. Neptune being in your 8th house, I see that this is a day where you might feel really inspired as to how to work your long-term financial goals. The 8th house has to do with investments, royalties, commissions, money that you have with others. It could be grants or anything of that nature. Mars is going to click here with Neptune on this day, where you can look at the long-term security that you can build in this area. That is really, really good. I feel that is going to secure a lot of you Lions, Leos out there. Then on the 10th, we got Mercury here squaring off on Neptune in that same area. So again, I see there might be some negotiations, things that need to be tweaked. Mercury is direct, so that is all good. But you're still wanting to look at the fine print. Anytime Neptune is involved with money, we want to, read the fine print there so that we're securing that things, in the long run will be safe. Now on the 13th and 14th, so just as the month started out, really nice surfing, that beautiful surf. Here mid-month, 10th through the 15th, it's a little bit more, should I say, starting to get back to work. Okay, so if you had vacation earlier in the month, that would be good. But here we have the Sun also squaring off on Uranus. And the 14th, it's Venus squaring off on Saturn. Then on the 15th, Mars is going to be opposing Pluto. So what does all that mean? If we look at that Sun and Uranus, first and foremost, the Sun being in your 12th, Uranus being in your 9th, this is more for you looking at how you can reach for higher realms, the ideal. The 9th house, Uranus is calling you, Leo, to travel, wanting to change things up. Wherever Uranus is, that's the area we're wanting to have the experience, new experiences. And so the Sun is really wanting to travel, wanting to go out there, have the adventures, but yet you might feel that you're being held back a little bit because of the square. On the 14th, it's your financial situation squaring off on Saturn. Saturn being in your 4th house for home, foundation, property, real estate, family. Venus here is in your 1st house, so you got this square, this tug of war between what it is you want. Venus there, right? Your preference. Saturn is saying, well, I don't know if I can do that right now. Something's binding, holding. If you're thinking of selling property, perhaps Saturn can be a little tough right now here this month. Due to the square, you might feel that things could be a little bit either delayed, or you're having to do some extra special reconnaissance on getting everything up and running financially, or setting things, getting all your ducks in a row. Because Saturn might be a little strict there with you. So hang in there though. Mars though, here is opposing Pluto here on the 15th. We had the Sun opposing it on the 6th. So you had a little run-in, a little feel how that was on the 6th here on the 15th. Now Mars is activating that very same thing. So you might just feel a little stressed there mid-month, but even this shall pass. And then here from the 21st, this is a much better time. The Sun coming into that little bit of a strict Saturn on the 14th. The Sun is now harmonious, working with whoever this Saturnian person might be represented for you. But I see you working it out, feeling security there. Again, it has to do with home, family, roots, property, real estate. And you feeling that now things are picking up speed again. On the 25th, we have Mars needing to take a different direction. You might have been heading down one road thinking this is how I'm going to do it, but then there's some change on the 25th. And it will come to you. Some of you might have anticipated it. Some of you might get it feeling that it's quite unexpected. That's just the nature and the way that Uranus rolls. But I see that you're able to do the flow. It's all about finding your flexibility around situations. And then on the 25th, Venus is going retrograde. On the 18th, it moved out of your sign into Virgo. So it's moved out of your first house into your second house for money and income on the 18th. And then on the 25th, it's already turning around. So you have like a week of Venus moving into this financial area. But then it's going to give you extra time to work on your financial situation, look back over it, figuring out where you want your money to go, and perhaps also where there can be new streams of income coming in. When it is retrograde, it's not really a good time to buy anything big, especially when it's in your second house for income. It's not really a good time either to go get a haircut or a facelift or anything of that nature, because we always want Venus to be working, direct, so that it can help beautify the things that we work on there. On the 26th, Uranus too is going to go retrograde. So we got those two changing up on us, Uranus being in that 9th house. So you might have been feeling this calling to travel, to explore, also spiritually to find new levels of consciousness and excitement in your own ascension process. Now that's going to take a step back. So it's going to be a little bit more quiet for the next 4 to 5 months. You will feel that like something is lifting, okay? So you're going to be able to focus a little bit more now on the here and now. What is exciting though here, Leo, we got 3 moons this month. We have 2 full moons, and then we have a new moon. So the first full moon is on July 1st, and it's coming in just as Venus is kissing here with Jupiter. So this should bring a lot of intensity and joy, because it's going to be somewhat of an intense full moon. It is 9 degrees there in Capricorn, very close. It's not conjunct Pluto as it is exactly full, but within the following hours, that full moon is going to pass over Pluto. And that is in your 6th house for health. It's also for your daily routines. So there might be some news of you achieving something in that area. On the 15th, the new moon, the time for you to write your abundance check, put down your intentions. That's in the 12th house, and we talked about that, where you promise yourself to take a little bit more time away from the world out there, just to have the inner workings. It's always so important to have the spiritual unity going on for harmony for the rest of the month. Second full moon for you will be in the sign of Aquarius, 7 degrees. In Aquarius, for you, that's going to be in relationships, Leo. So you might just see how this whole area will illuminate for you and bring things to you that you can probably come to appreciate and enjoy. So that is what we have for you here this month. Next month has totally new chapters. We'll talk about that when we get there. But hey, listen, enjoy your month now, Leo. Bye-bye.